Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this special edition of 12 News. I'm Kariba Devine.
And I'm Troy Hayden. You just watched the NBA on NBC. The Phoenix Suns getting a big win over the Sacramento Kings. They needed that. But we start now with the biggest sports story of the day, and that is your Arizona Cardinals parting ways with their quarterback, Kyler Murray.
That's right. 12 sports journalist Cameron Cox is joining us live here in studio. And Cam, not too much of a surprise, right?
Not too much of a surprise, guys. Listen, this news has been out for about 12 hours now. It is tomorrow now, and it's still kind of hard to digest. We've seen this coming for a while, but the reason it's hard to digest because it's the end of an era. End of an era for Kyler Murray. The Cardinals will release Murray next Wednesday when the new league year begins. Murray already saying goodbye to Arizona. A sad ending to this 7-year saga. Murray was drafted #1 overall in 2019. Stat-wise, one of the best QBs in team history, but just one lone playoff appearance. Murray played in every game his first 2 years in the league, but he's missed a bunch of time here recently with a number of different injuries. The numbers really fell off after he got that big-time contract. Remember, Murray missed most of last season with a foot injury, although it was widely talked about in NFL circles that he was benched for backup Jacoby Brissett. Cutting Murray will cost the Cardinals $54 million against the cap. Here's the goodbye to everyone that supported me and showed kindness to my family and I during my time in AZ. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I wanted nothing more than to be the one to end the 77-year drought for this organization. I am sorry. I failed us. I wish the community and my brothers nothing but the best. I am no stranger to adversity. I'm prepared for whatever's next. I trust in God and my work ethic. I truly believe my best ball is in front of me, and I look forward to proving it. Godspeed. Here's some reaction.
It wasn't about trading Kyler. It was about trading the contract, and nobody wanted to trade for the contract. So no takers. There was not one team that was interested in trading for Kyler Murray, so they end up deciding to waive him.
Like, it's been a long time trying to make this work, and I'm very curious to see what's next for them and where they go, because I feel like it's been a long 7 years trying to make this work with Kyler.
Make sure you separate between Kyler the person and Kyler the player. Kyler was never a bad person, but he's just not that good of a quarterback. The experiment failed, and the Arizona Cardinals have a long track history of failing to develop quarterbacks. There were highlights. There were just way too many lowlights.
Guys, I think that's what it's come down to. Like, it's just not enough winning, period, bottom line.
Right.
And it just failed on both sides. On the Cardinals side, it didn't work. On Murray's side, it didn't work. This needed to happen, and now both sides get a fresh start, and the Cardinals will get a new starting quarterback next year.
He's just not your typical pocket quarterback, which we've seen over and over and over again every single year in the NFL. Yeah. The guys who can sit back there, get protected, and deliver the ball are the successful guys.
That's what Jacoby did. The Cardinals didn't win with JB, but it just seems like they just need a different quarterback there leading this team, and they're going to get it now.
All right, Cam, thank you.
There we go.
All right, let's get over to weather. Our weather impact forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Riley.
And we are looking at temperatures to cool for the second half of the week. Today, Tuesday, we made it to a high of 86. Here's where we stand just after midnight right now. It is 52 in Payson, 29 degrees in Flagstaff, and down to 26 up at the Grand Canyon. Thanks to those clear skies and light winds, good radiational cooling tonight. Tuesday afternoon, we did make it up to 86 degrees, which is 12 above average. It's going to be another warm day Wednesday afternoon. And then by Friday, average high temperatures for the first time in a while. Most of February featured above average temperatures, and we're actually going to see seasonal highs by Friday. Day by day here, you can see by Thursday, highs are going to be in the upper 70s, then mid 70s on Friday. We do warm back up during the weekend. Thursday is also going to be a windy day for much of the high country, and you can see some rain chances entering the forecast next week, which we'll expand on coming up in my full forecast. Troy.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. It's been 3 days now since a Mesa mother was mysteriously shot and killed on her neighbor's doorstep in the early morning hours. And tonight, 12 News has learned a special agent with the Arizona Attorney General's office is on leave for his involvement in that shooting.
Police still aren't saying what led up to the incident. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in downtown Phoenix with the new details.
The only information Mesa Police is sharing about this case is who's involved. And today we've learned that allegedly includes a law enforcement officer who's worked here at the Arizona Attorney General's office for the past decade. A Mesa mother was shot and killed on her neighbor's doorstep last Saturday, and Mesa Police now confirm her neighbor is 47-year-old Dulance Marin, a special agent with the Attorney General's office. Family of 32-year-old Maria Lewis says she was walking around the neighborhood near Ray and Ellsworth Roads around 2:30 in the morning. They don't know why she was on her neighbor's doorstep, but that's where she was later found dead of an apparent gunshot wound. Marin hasn't been arrested or charged in connection to her death. He was placed on administrative leave pending the police investigation. A spokesperson with the Attorney General's office confirmed Marin has been employed with the department since February 2016, sharing a statement that reads in part, "The Attorney General's office is fully cooperating with the Mesa Police investigation and will conduct an internal review." 12 News confirmed Marin worked for the Arizona Corporation Commission prior to 2016. I tried to reach Marin for comment but did not get a response. The Attorney General's office says they cannot comment any further on the investigation and deferred to Mesa Police, who tell us they are still working this case. In Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Meanwhile, another former staffer at the AG's office has agreed to plead guilty to stealing and selling thousands of dollars worth of jewelry mistakenly delivered to her home. According to court documents, Vanessa Daly accepted a plea agreement of charges of theft and trafficking stolen goods. Daly was a division chief in the AG's office and resigned after her arrest. She could face up to 2 years in jail.
The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office is releasing new details on the deaths of 2 teenagers near Mount Ord. They were up there camping. 18-year-old Pandora Julesrud and 17-year-old Evan Clark were found dead on the morning of May 27th in the Tonto National Forest. Today, the medical examiner released part of their autopsy reports, ruling their deaths as homicides. The reports show that Julesrud had multiple gunshot wounds in her head and upper body. Clark was shot multiple times in the head. 31-year-old Thomas Brown is behind bars for their deaths, now facing 2 counts of first-degree murder.
A disturbing string of deadly shootings in eastern Arizona is under investigation tonight after the Forest Service says that someone killed more than a dozen wild horses.
This is all happening in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest in an area up near Heber. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is looking into what happened.
The Navajo County Sheriff's Office is now searching for those responsible. But a Valley horse advocate tells me this isn't the first time wild horses have been killed in that same forest.
In 2 separate incidents, the U.S. Forest Service found wild horses shot and killed near Heber in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forests, about a 2.5-hour drive northeast from Phoenix. In January, they reported 9 horses killed. Then by March, they found 4 more killed in the same way.
It's sad to say, but we actually expected this.
Simona Netherlands, the president of the Salt River Wild Horse Management Group, says these shootings have been going on for a decade.
50 alpine wild horses were brutally shot and killed. And it's like very similar with these cases now in Heber.
Those horses also found dead in the Apache Sitgreaves back in 2022.
They are riddled with bullets in their faces, in their butts, in their stomach. It's not like this person is trying to aim for a place that's halfway humane. It's extremely cruel.
At this time, the Forest Service hasn't said if the horses in this most recent incident were also shot multiple times. But Netherlands believes more could be out there.
This forest is so wide, so vast, these horses spread out over such a large area that this could only be the tip of the iceberg of the horses that they're really shooting and killing. Something needs to be done about this. This is absolutely horrific.
A $5,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction for those responsible. We're in the newsroom. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Tonight, a Buckeye man is asking for the public's help. He's looking for a kidney donor.
Christopher Reagan has dealt with kidney disease since January of 2023, and his condition has only gotten worse. 12 News journalist Tiani Jadalang shares his story.
Christopher Regan has been on a transplant list for the past 3 years. He's in dialysis treatment 4 times a week, but even with his kidney function level at 0, all he's left with is a waiting game for the right kidney to match with him. It was up until 6 months ago that Christopher Regan was getting up to go to work as a semi-truck driver while also going to dialysis treatment 3 times a week.
But I took a downfall, and kidneys just stopped working.
The average wait time for a kidney transplant in the U.S. is anywhere from 3 to 5 years. And for Christopher and his wife, Rochelle, they're told it could be another 2 years or more. But just last month, the couple took matters into their own hands, asking for a live kidney donor on social media. And while the couple says this would tremendously change Chris's life, they understand the severity of the ask.
They might have families with, and they could, not agree with them. And I understand, because I have children, and they would like to, but they have issues too. But I do understand, that's a very big decision in their lives.
Experts with Banner Health tell us individuals with type B blood, the same blood type Christopher has, tend to wait the longest for a kidney, but stress the importance of finding a match to reduce the amount of time on dialysis.
There are like 800,000 people living with kidney disease in this country, end-stage kidney disease. 2/3 of those are on dialysis. 1/3 are having a transplant functioning. But the reality is that 12 to 13 people who are waiting for a kidney transplant pass away every day.
Even if someone wants to donate a kidney, it's no simple process. A potential match must go through extensive testing. And ultimately, the Regans are hoping for a live donor.
The kidney kicks in quicker. The average of the kidney lasting longer is better. Just to see him better and not have to do the dialysis 4 days a week and his health be so much better, it would be amazing.
But for Chris, it's more than just health. It's about family.
My grandkids, and, that's stuff I wanted to have more actions with my grandkids, and I can only limit it because I get so tired and weak throughout the day.
Now, there is an exchange program allowing anybody with any blood type to donate. Insurance is set to cover all travel and medical expenses. But on the side, the couple has also set up a GoFundMe page to cover all additional expenses. In the newsroom, I'm Tiani Jadaling, 12 News.